What's up, everyone? I'm the Classic Rocker, and tonight we are back with some more Fortnite Super. We're going to try and display the magic of Gyro. Because basically, when you get this set up right, you have the ability to aim with your hands, which seems crazy, but when it works, it's just so awesome. So between yesterday and today, I adjusted my smoothing threshold from 5 down to 4.2. And it seems as if, and we'll find out if I'm right, it seems as if I'm able to aim at will with my hands now. So let's just see if I can actually pull this off tonight, because this is really groundbreaking between yesterday and today. Hey, what's up, HCT16? Good to see you, man. Yo, 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 yo. Hope you had an excellent weekend so far. I just got the Switch 2 yesterday, filmed myself unboxing it this morning, and then played Fortnite for the first time on the Switch. And I didn't realize how much of a disadvantage it is to not be on PC. Because the max refresh rate on it, I thought it was going to be 120 hertz, but it's actually just 60 hertz. Hey, what's up, Hemlock? Good to see you, man. And the original Switch was at 30 hertz. So it's crazy to me that there's people that are rocking the Switch and destroying on 60 hertz. Because it's like, it seems like it's, even though the graphics are good, it seems like it's just a little spotty in the movement. So I haven't tried it yet on a monitor with 120 hertz, because I think it is capable of displaying 120 if you have a monitor attached. So that'll be the next thing that I try. No, man, you ain't being mean. I know that I jump into boxes a lot, you know, and that's not the way to play this game consistently, for sure. But a lot of what I'm doing when I do that is I'm trying to test for what kind of situation I'm in to see if I can get myself out of situations. So the more that I see, like that. I should have just got out of there, right? But the more that I test and see how nimble I can be and still end up on target, the better it will be when I just finally slow down and just try to play with some strategy. Because then I'll be confident enough with my movement that no matter what situation I'm in, I can get myself out of it or execute it correctly. So that's what a lot of these tests are about, is to see if I can be nimble enough to move in clutch situations Because if I can do that, and if I can just play slower, see? Then how much better would I be? See? Oh, I got third-partied right there. Yeah, so I agree with practicing more in creative. I don't have any issues with that. I play creative a lot, but mostly just aim trainers in creative. But the reason why I like to go into regular matches is because it's situations that I'm really going to get myself into versus playing it a set way in creative. Because I know that the movement is similar, but in game you have shockwaves, you have different items that make people move differently, and you can't account for those things in a box fight map. So with Gyro, if you calibrate everything to one style of play, then you miss out on other situations that come up that you're not prepared for. How do I know this? Because I've done it. I've tried just, playing strictly box fight maps and calibrating for that and then going into a real match. And when somebody does some kind of weird movement because of a mobility item that's not in the box fight map, I can't even track it. So I would rather track for what's in the game, even if it takes me longer to do what I'm doing, so that I can fully understand what kind of movement is really necessary. You see, because that's the hardest part with setting all this stuff up, is trying to figure out what movement is actually necessary and what movement is not. Because I used to think like I had to go super fast to make some movement, but really it just requires slow movement. And other movement that I thought needed to go slow really needs to be fast, So it's kind of like the difference between lining it up like this or lining it up like this. Sometimes you need to line it up like this, and sometimes you have to go like this. And so it just depends on the situation that you're in, and I wanted to be able to account for whatever position I'm in. I want to be able to just flip it and go right to the spot I need to go. So it's been a process for sure. And tonight, yeah, I could try that. I've never tried that map. Alright, so let's try this again here. That was kind of a bad first match. Yeah, well, I'm open to criticism, I'm not an expert. So, whatever's going to help me. So right now I'm trying to test whether or not 4.2 tightness is the way to go or not. Because before stream, it felt like I was able to just at will do stuff like that and aim with my hands to get out of a bad situation. Hey, well, even if you are less of an expert, you may say something that actually is constructive that I never thought of. So You never know, man. But I really do think that I've got some magic in a bottle here at 4.2. So that's what I'm really testing for tonight. Oh, because the reason I didn't say it that time was because I didn't move it that much. The reason I get so excited and say that stuff is when I'm in a situation where like I'm going boom, 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 and then I can't believe that I hit those shots moving like that. That's usually a lot of why I say that or get excited, because I'm like doing stuff that I can't believe I'm doing. See how I was able to flip that? Come on, man. What's this guy doing? Oh! See, when I do something like that, that's the power of gyro, baby. I'm telling you, man. I'm onto something here at 4.2. That's the stuff that gets me excited right there, bro. Because it was so clean for me to just go boom, right to his face, and he was done. That is a true demonstration of what gyro can do for you. Right there. Hands down, you can't do this with just aim assist. Nothing against aim assist. I love aim assist, but not as much as I love gyro, because you can't do magic stuff like that. That is magic. What I just did, aiming with my hands like that, that's magic. Yeah, I'm really trying to focus on making 4.2 work, because it feels like I can just point with my hand as quickly as I've ever done. See, that's what's different about this setting, is that I'm able to just point. See, I'm able to point so quick. Man, I should have had that guy. I should have had that guy. Let's see, if I would have pushed. See, that was as fast as I could make it go. If I would have kept pushing right there, I would have died. See, I'm starting to recognize where I need to stop and just back up, right? And that's a lot of the reason why I play like I do, is because I'm trying to just subconsciously be able to recognize when stuff is needing to be different. Because when I force myself to really think, like I think way too slow and I execute way too slow because I'm trying too hard to think about the play. So let's just cross our fingers. Oh gosh, I just totally screwed myself here. I don't know how I'm going to get down now. Okay, let's just stay right here for a second and think about this. Because if I throw the shockwave right here, it's not going to work. Yeah, see, it's just going to go straight down. Okay, so how do I get out of this here? There's nothing to attach to. Okay, so the only play I have is to jump straight down and try and hope I can catch myself. Okay, good. All right, there we go. I got so lucky right there, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay. Vending machine is clutch. Yeah. I'm not sure what you were trying to tell me about your friend, but you know, if she has advice, you know, I'm open to it. Oh, that was just the wrong play, bro. Come on. I should have had that guy. I just should not have stayed right there in that position. That was a bad spot to stand. All that guy has to do is just wait for somebody to run in there. Well, the main thing I've been trying to improve is my settings, because with Gyro, if you've never played Gyro before, you can have it set up and be completely magic for one type of movement, but then just be completely crap for every other kind of movement. So trying to understand what is actually necessary and what is not has been my main goal, because there's no instructional material really on how to do this. Okay, so if you do play Gyro, then you know, and I'm just guessing because I've never played any other games other than Fortnite with Gyro, but I'm sure you know that when you set it up, it's not very intuitive. But with other games like first-person shooters and things like that, like if I was just playing zero build, it would be much easier to set Gyro up because you're only calibrating for really just aiming. But because you have to build and because you have to edit, you have to account for all the different little tiny movements you need to make in order to make it work right and be stable. Because what happens is sometimes you'll line it up and then other times it'll just go way past where you wanted to go, and then you have to swing it back, and by the time you swing it back, it's too late. Or you're trying to hit an edit in a clutch situation and you completely whiff it 4 times in a row because it's not set up right. Because you can literally be off on your sensitivity by like 0.02, and it'll throw your complete edit off just by being off by 0.02. So these are the things that, like, the pitfalls that other Gyro players that have played this game have encountered and just decided, I don't understand it, and so I'm just going to put the game down and not use gyro or not play Fortnite anymore because I like gyro. I want to play another game that I can control, right? Because this is the hardest game to control with gyro because the movement is so unique. So once I fully understand how all the movement needs to be and what the settings need to kind of be like, then I can help other players, whether they want to use full gyro, whether they want to use flick stick, whether they want to play on Switch, whether they want to use stick and gyro at the same time, whether they want to use boost and aim assist, whether they want to use 0% aim assist. I want to be able to use... Oh, shoot. That was the stupidest thing I could have done. It's so good that he only had a sniper. I got so lucky right there, bro. I didn't know he was in there. Yeah, so gyro has acceleration, and that's one of the hardest things to understand about it too. You see, let me show you what I'm talking about. So the problem with gyro currently in Fortnite is that no one can look at this and go, oh, I need to change this from 1.1 to 3.2. And no one can look at this and go, I need to change this from 0.92 to 1:1, right? Because you can change this ratio and cut your Y movement. So now my Y movement at 82% or 82 to 1 is less, right? There's so many different things to adjust here that when you start to play it, you're like, really all I want is it to go slower in this spot and faster in this spot. But when you look at the settings, you have no idea which one of them to turn to get it to do that kind of movement. There's no way that you're going to go, oh, I need to have a 46 minimum threshold and a 380 maximum threshold. It's like there's no way anybody's going to figure that out unless you just go one by one by one and understand the kind of movement that it needs to be to do that kind of stuff. So that's the hardest part about all of it, okay? And then I'm surprised that I just heard of this guy named Charles Blanca that Sunrise put me onto. What's up, Sunrise, by the way? Good to see you in chat, man. Because he has instructional material on the Switch that I did not know existed. And it is the most instructional material on gyro. I can't believe that I just took it to the face like that. That I have seen since my own instructional material, meaning that his instructional video on gyro came out a year ago, which is about the time that I started streaming, and I had no idea that it was in existence. But he plays primarily on Switch, right? So I'm going to start pouring over his stuff and try to incorporate some of what he's doing into my stuff. Hey, what's up, Zardy? Good to see you, man. Yeah, it seems like it would be helpful to do that, but just trust me, the way I have it set right now is the closest to the kind of movement that I've been trying to get the whole time since I've been playing gyro. So, like, I'm on some kind of good thing here that I didn't think I could discover, because I almost was going to just stop playing gyro, not permanently, but just until I could figure out what else to do with it, because I ran out of ideas. You know, I was going to give myself to the end of this month to figure it out. And now that I've poured over TZD Calf settings, the Japanese Pro, and kind of incorporated his playstyle into my own. What I'm on right now is the cleanest, best form of gyro that I've ever had. So I don't know that it can be much better than this, honestly, because this is the kind of movement that I've been hoping for consistently this whole time. Like, the reason I'm dying right now is not because my settings are wrong, it's because I'm talking my head off and not focusing, right? But I should still be able to play at a high level and talk like this. So that's why I'm doing this too, is because I'm trying to force myself to be able to play in any situation and not be distracted. So all of this is just good practice for me, so that if I want to play in a real tournament and actually do good, I'm kind of trying to train my mind to be able to think of these things subconsciously. So it looks like I suck because I do, but it will eventually just click once I go through this process. You know, it's just been a long process for me. Maybe somebody younger could do it faster than me, but maybe somebody younger could take what I've already discovered and do it much better, you see? So I wish it could be me, right? But if it can't, if somebody else can take what I've done and do better with it, then that's what all this is for. Because if we can start to get the power of gyro on display throughout the world, where people actually know what gyro is, and when you say, hey, I play gyro, they don't go, what's that? Then we've done our job, you see? Yeah, man. If you want to play gyro, you've got hours of instructional material of how not to do it from me. See, this is the kind of stuff you can do when gyro is set up right. You see, I clutched out of that situation. I was talking my head off, and this guy didn't even know what time it was. You see what I'm talking about? This is how gyro can be when it's set up correctly, right? I just have to test and account for all the things that can go wrong with it. Because I've been in this position many times where it looks like everything is perfect, and then I'll get into a situation where it's completely screwed up and I can't control it, right? So that's why I don't expect anybody to understand why I'm changing my settings so much. You know, people say, yeah, you should just stay on the same settings and then you'll play better. I agree. I would play better, but then I would miss out on how to actually do this in a way that looks like it's magic. You see, the kind of sniper shots that I hit, the kind of close combat shots that I hit, you know, these are crazy clips that, in my opinion, are history-making, because you don't see these things being displayed anywhere. You know, TZD Calf has groundbreaking stuff, is playing FNCS Division 1 type competitions, and nobody in Fortnite's talking about them. You know, so these are things that are all just groundbreaking. It's all new. So I'm trying to be somebody that can help further the cause. I'll have to catch up to the chat here in a minute, because I'm trying to talk and read and not die at the same time. So, sorry if I haven't answered you yet. Yeah, and I appreciate that you think that they're awesome, man, because a lot of people didn't think they were awesome. I was surprised at how many people downvoted my stuff because all I was trying to do was motivate somebody to be a part of this project with me and be a part of history. And literally everybody kept saying, but aim assist, but aim assist, but aim assist. That's why nobody wants to play Gyro, because of aim assist. And I'm saying nobody wants to play Gyro because nobody's shown them how magical it can be yet. Once people see the magic of Gyro, they won't want to use aim assist. See, that's the magic of Gyro right there. Literally. When people start seeing crazy plays being made, trick shots, all kinds of stuff that has never been done before on a controller, they're going to say, hey, how do I do that? And the reason why nobody is all up in this yet is because nobody has demonstrated it to that level yet and been able to teach somebody else how to do it. So that's what the goal of this channel is. That's why we're Gyro Gang here on this channel. And we're going to continue to innovate and do things that nobody has done before. Okay, I will catch up to the chat here in just a second because I can't. I want to try and win this match. Exactly. Everybody points to Splatoon, but it's not the largest game in the world, so I've posed this question to Jib Smart multiple times, and he has not yet to respond. I don't understand why, but if the largest game in the world can't produce the best Gyro player in the world, then something is wrong. So I believe that if we demonstrate with the game of Fortnite how powerful Gyro can be, all the other games will follow. All the other players that want to play Gyro but they just don't know it yet, it'll follow. Because once somebody sees the magic of Gyro in their hands and they just go like this and they kill somebody with a shotgun pump to the face and they weren't expecting to be able to just do that, they're going to be doing the same thing going, oh my God, I can't believe I just hit that shot. They literally will be saying that. Yeah, and that's the hardest part, is everything is always so close. I'm not alone in this, right? There's so many players out there that get their Gyro set up and it's almost what they want, but they can't figure out how to fix it all the way. That's what I'm here for. You can take the million times that I've died and learn something from it. Because I'm trying to learn from it. Come on, give me that drum gun. Oh my gosh, man, I almost did that, bro. I almost did that. Okay. All right, let me catch up to the chat here. See, we're onto something. My movement just feels so much like mouse and keyboard right now. It's just, this is the closest I've been able to get it to feel like mouse and keyboard. All right, here we go. Let's catch up to the chat here. All right, Oxline says, I gotta go way back here. Bro. Man, I love you guys. Thanks for blowing the chat up here. Okay. So Hemlock says you don't play it with acceleration. Okay. You can adjust gyro sense in increments of 0.5. Well, they changed it over the last update. You can go 0.1 now. Zardy says he's laughing his ass off. I don't know what he's laughing about. You have a lot more customization options than I do. Yeah. They have so many. So many. Mouse and keyboard is like 5, 6, 7, 8 settings, and that's it. That's why it's so much more accurate. Oxline says, Hola, thanks for trying to help me with the camera reset yesterday. For some reason, I thought it could be bound to touchpad gently. Yeah, I'd never tried it on touchpad, but whatever you have your gyro modifier button set to, that's probably the best way to do it. I have mine set to crouch because I think that it's better to have crouch as the modifier than reset camera. But if you can find a way to make reset camera work for you and then show other people how to do it, I'd be all game, because it would be awesome to just push a button and then have it flip at the right time to somebody's face. That would be incredible. Zardy says, I'd love to become a gyro player. Oh, you're allergic to controllers. I see. Well, I think if you tried gyro, bro, you could be a beast with it. You know, you just have to put a little time into it. And once you see the magic of it, I think you'll think it's more fun than playing mouse and keyboard, honestly. Not that mouse and keyboard is less than gyro, because it's never going to be. Mouse and keyboard will always be number one. Always be number one. But gyro, in my opinion, is just way more fun. Oxline says, you've laid a great patty for us burgeoning gyro players so far. I'm not sure what that means. Anyone who makes it will likely have been influenced by some of your insight. Oh, well, that's a very high compliment, man. Thank you for saying that. And about the Reddit posts, I already responded to that earlier. Hey, what's up, Anzu? Good to see you, homie. Good to see you, man. Yeah, Zardy told me he was a controller player before he started going to mouse and keyboard. Hey, I will send both of you a controller if you promise that you'll actually try to play gyro. I will send you and your brother a controller. Okay? You guys have been with me since the beginning, so why not? So if you really are down, tell me in the chat, and I will send both of you and your brother a controller, and then you can just hit me up on Discord and tell me where to send it, and I'll send it. I'll send you the same controllers that I play with. It's a Hex Gaming Pro Ravel Pro 4, okay? It's got 4 paddles on the back. It's the best controller, in my opinion, for gyro in Fortnite. Yeah, I have way more than 6, because my controllers break like every month to 3 months. Now that I have Hall Effect sticks, this is the first time that I'm going to be able to see how long it's going to really last, because usually what happens to my controllers is they break because of stick drift. So yeah, could I repair my sticks? Sure, but it's not worth it to me to have to rip my controller apart and solder a stick on and then put it all back together. So, let's see. Oh, your dog ate your controller. That's crazy, man. Anzu says he's never going to touch controller. Let's see. Yeah, the Mythic should have been my saving grace in that match. I should have destroyed with that Mythic. Hey, what's up, Sunrise? Yeah. I feel you, homie. I feel you. I only have so much money, so I have to commit to just those two. But maybe another time I can get you one. What? Hey, I'll tell you this much. If my channel takes off like I think it will, I'll definitely get you one. You got a Scuff. Okay. Yeah, I've tried the Scuff before and I didn't like it. I didn't like it. Yeah, so I would love to play the DualSense Edge if it had 4 paddles. But because it has 2, it'll never work for the way that I play because I need 4. Hey, what's up, Maculatum? Good to see you, homie. Oh, hey, thank you so much, man. That means a lot. Thank you for bringing subs. That's amazing. So we were at 208 as of starting this stream. So let's just see where we end up tonight. And yeah, if you're down, Zardy, I'll send them to you. Just hit me up in Discord and send me your address, and I'll send it over to you. Alright, so let's approach this match a little different. The last match was almost good. Alright, here we go. Oh, come on. See you later, homie. That's the power of gyro right there. It's literally in your hands. Oh, come on, man. I had that. Okay. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just did that, bro. Do you see what I'm talking about, man? My ability to just whip everything around is just incredible right now. I've never been able to play like this. The whole time I've been doing this, it has never been like this. It might look similar to you, but I'm telling you, it's never been like this. Perfect. Yeah, so the way that you can get more control of it is by upping your max threshold. That's the reason why it kind of feels like it's out of control, is because the max threshold is so low compared to the way that I used to play it. But if you want more control, raise the threshold. That's the power of gyro in a nutshell right there, bro. Can you see how I'm just destroying these people with my hands? That guy should have killed me. He should have killed me. Incredible stuff, man. I honestly can't believe that I got that. I love the breacher shotgun. It's so good. It's so good. It's one of my favorite shotguns. And it could also be the tightness may be too much for you too. Because basically the difference between yesterday and today is that everything is the same except for my smoothing threshold. I bumped it down from 5 to 4.2. And that gave me enough wiggle. It loosened it up enough without making it too loose, basically, to where I can just go boom, and I'm right on target. Just pivoting on a dime, basically. Oh, dang it. I didn't realize where he was at. Okay. See, I got a little too aggressive there. Come on. I had really good loot, too. I just got way too aggressive. If I would have backed up for just a second, I would have had him. Oh, that guy seriously worked me hardcore. Right as I lined up my shotgun shot, he just already had his shotgun in my face and pulled the trigger. Okay, come on, man. Alright, I gotta do this again. And just be a little more deliberate. I just kept putting myself into bad spots. But I think the reason why everything is moving so much better now is because the way that... So if you imagine when you're setting your settings up, it's like... Think of it like a cone that's inverted, right? And when you get to the end of the cone, this is how you're pointing everything, right? And so when it's too thin, it's like it's too pointy. And so you're just wiggling it and it doesn't work right. And then if you make it too fat, you can make it feel like it's a big nub that you're just kind of moving around like this. And so you're basically just trying to adjust that curve in such a way that when you flip it, it flips right to the target when you need it to. You know, one thing that would actually, I don't even know if it's even possible or not, you know, because this is completely a developer question. But if somebody could make a graphical representation, like when you're setting it up, that it shows you on screen with your character what the curve looks like, that would help people a lot in trying to figure out what to do. Because without that curve and being able to see where it's moving and how it looks, it's so hard to be able to figure out what you're actually trying to change here. Hey, what's up, Mr. I? Good to see you, man. So, there's not very much change from yesterday other than that I dropped my tightness from 5 to 4.2. And, or not my tightness, but my smoothing threshold. And that seems to have done the trick, because I haven't had it do anything weird yet tonight. And it's given me the ability to just cleanly flip it onto people's faces. I did it so many times earlier tonight. You know, but the reason why I died is because of the way that I always die. I put myself in a bad spot. You know, I can't win putting myself into those positions like that all the time. But you know me, I have to keep experimenting until I find it. Hey, what's up, Voodoo? Good to see you, man. Yeah, if you missed yesterday's stream, I think I hit Magic in a Bottle with a variation of TZDCAF's settings. So I'm incorporating his playstyle with mine. So I'm using more gyro than I've ever used, but I'm still using sticks so that I can play the game. Because if I was to try to start completely over right now and just do like this the whole time, it would just feel like I was going backwards. And it's not to say that I'm not going to learn that movement. I'm just going to take it as I can, because I'm so close to finishing everything with this, the way that I have it set up, that once I get this all lined up right, I can really focus on this kind of movement only, and then flick stick movement only. With the gyro, I mean. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool, man. I want to see it too. I want to see it too. If he wins the tournament, then he'd be the first gyro player to win a tournament. Bro, I'm just making the stupidest plays right now. Why did I think sitting in a bush was going to save me? No builds, just shoot like there's nobody else around. Okay, let's do this again. See, I can start good, but I don't finish well. That's the other thing I gotta fix. I get so close to just doing like a perfect match, and then as soon as I die the first time, then it makes me feel like disappointed, and then I don't try as hard. Yeah. Well, that would be incredible, man. If he can pull it off using gyro, that would be the first, right? So we're all rooting for him. Okay. So I have to play with a little bit more smarts this time. Less 50-50. More buildy-buildy. I don't know how many people would convert, but I know that there would be a lot of people that would be definitely interested. It would start the process. I don't think that just because he wins that it's going to make everybody want to do it right away, but it's going to put it on the map, and then people are going to start catching on to it. So I guess the answer to that question would be it would start the domino effect is what I think would happen if he won. So I guess you could say he would be responsible for converting a bunch of people, but I don't think it's going to happen immediately. It's just going to be like the process of the dominoes starting to fall. Because I think where it's really going to take off is when people start doing a bunch of trick shots and just doing crazy plays all the time. That's where I think this is going to shine the most, is when people are just like laughing their head off, having fun playing gyro because they can't believe that they're hitting these crazy shots with their hands. But I do think it's going to definitely put it on the map, for sure. See, doing stuff like that, that's the kind of stuff that is going to make people say, I want to do this. Because I was able to just point with my hands right there and get to the right spot. That's how I did that. Yeah. It definitely has to be both, for sure. It cannot just be casual. It's got to be competitive, and then it's also got to be so much fun. Because once people catch on to the fun and the magic of how this actually works, it's literally like when people heard Jimi Hendrix for the first time. They didn't know what they were missing until they heard it. There was nobody going, man, I wish I could hear guitar this way. It just... He showed people how to do it, and then all of a sudden, everybody wanted to do it. It's the same thing. They don't know what they want until we show them. Oh, come on, I just wasted all those mats, bro. Oh, man, if I... Shoot, if I would have just pickaxed him, it would have been over. That was just the wrong play. See? I start off so good. Come on, man. Yeah, it definitely would be amazing. Okay, let's try this again. And this time, don't do those stupid plays. See? Yeah, I'm almost for sure that I've got everything the way that I want it. I'm waiting for it to do something weird. That's the only thing that I hope doesn't happen tonight is something weird. Because player space has made everything more stable since I decided to stay on player space. And, you know, this test tonight should be the only thing that's left, honestly, because everything is just as good as it was yesterday, if not better. Especially since I lowered the smoothing threshold from 5 to 4.2. No, but even though I couldn't do much about getting picked out of the sky, I could have made a better play before I died, and I wouldn't have to get picked out of the sky. And then, if I would have been more focused on dodging those bullets, maybe I could have got out of it. You know, but I was like deer in the headlights for a second, and I just didn't think to even move. I just went straight. That's why he killed me. Yeah, I should have just been looking first. You know, sometimes even if you pull your glider out, you can't avoid it, and that's understandable, right? But that would have been my best play, was to pull my glider, look and see what's uncontested, and then try to go for that as fast as possible. But if y'all missed it, what I said earlier, I got the Switch 2. Yesterday, I videotaped myself unboxing it today. And I played Fortnite for the first time on the Switch 2. And I'm surprised that it only goes to 60 hertz. I thought it was going to go to 120, but it only goes to 60. The original Switch... Oh! Dang it, man. The original Switch went only to 30 hertz. So I need to try it with a monitor and the dock so that I can try to get 120 out of it. But just using the handheld device today, I almost got something playable in the short time that I used it. So on my free time, I'm going to just kind of mess with it. But really, the Switch 2 is pretty incredible. It's the first time I've played any other games besides Fortnite, because it has all the games that I grew up with. Like Kid Icarus was the first game that I ever won when I was a kid. And so I was able to play all the old school Nintendo games that I played when I was a kid. And so it was kind of fun for me today to just kind of play something different and just remember what it was like when I was a kid to play those games. Honestly, the Switch 2 is a really remarkable, incredible device. Like, they did a really good job with it. But eventually, I'm gonna find out how to make the same kind of movement on Switch 2 and make tutorials on it also. That's why I bought it. But, you know, maybe for fun one night I might stream something different, you know, on the Switch 2. Because that's some of the most fun I've had playing in a long time, just playing through older games like that. And then even some of the newer Mario stuff, you know, because I got the new Donkey Kong and the new, one of the newest Marios that came out like in 2024 or 2023. I can't remember what it's called. Or no, never mind. It was the one that came out with the original Switch. It was the one that came out in 2017. Super Mario Odyssey is what I got. What's up with the user agreement? What did they do? Yeah, I thought it was going to be a 120 hertz Fortnite experience, but it's not. But even so, it's still remarkable to be able to do something like that on a little device, you know? So, plus the player base is going to be very big, you know? So if I put out instructional content for the Switch 2 that actually works, that'll be a good thing. But I'm interested to know what you're talking about. What did they do on the user agreement that's bad? Oh, come on, man. See, that's the power of gyro right there, man. Literally. Oh my God! That's what I'm talking about. When you can do stuff like that all the time, bro, that was a pure gyro play, hands down. 0% aim assist. Let's go. I'm telling you, the way that I'm moving this now is just incredible. Better than I've ever had it, ever. Yeah, I honestly think that at this point, it's literally, unless it does something stupid, which I hope it doesn't do, it's literally just me getting used to the different nuances of how to move this slow and how to flip it fast. Because that's the key to making this work, is understanding how to go like this and like this. Once you understand the difference from going here to here, that's slow, and then going like this, once you get those movements down, it becomes easier. Okay, let's get the supply drop. Okay, I need some white heals. All right, let me see if I can catch up to the chat here. I'm not sure what you mean by festival. I'll have to look into that. Kirby's Dream Land. I saw that. I never played that game, so I'll have to try that too. Yeah, I can also try Splatoon. I've never played that before either. Oh, okay. So if you do something to try and modify it, they destroy it from Nintendo's end. Interesting. Well, I guess, because they don't... I understand why they would want to do that. I think it sucks, but I get it. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, so honestly, I wish they didn't add all of the... Like, when they first added the modes, I thought this is pretty cool. But I wish they would have just kept the game just the Battle Royale. And made like a set... If somebody else wants to do a separate game, they can go do that. But I feel like it's split the player base so much that trying to get into some matches sometimes takes too long because people are playing other modes. What the heck? Yeah, I wish they would let people just do whatever they want, but I understand why they don't want people doing whatever they want. I get it. Oh! See, every time I try to do that, I get rocked in the head. I have to remember that that's just a terrible peek. He's got the advantage. He's on top. And I'm trying to do it from the left side. I mean, it's just the stupidest thing I could do. Yeah, so I'm not talking about all the creative modes. I'm saying, because I think those are necessary. I love all the different modes that they have in creative. But creative has never split the base as much as these new main modes have. To have like 5 different Battle Royale versions. It's like I'm playing Reload more now than I am the regular mode. And so when I play regular, I feel like I'm out of touch with the game. It's the first time that I've ever felt this out of touch with the game. Because even though I'm playing this game, when I go into the core mode, it feels like I don't even know what's going on with the story. Like, I used to be all up into the challenges and everything and the storyline and just like loved all of that, along with learning to play the game and just, you know, going into match after match after match in regular mode. But now that there's like 6 or 7 or however many modes there are with OG and ranked and whatever else there is, I can't think of all of them. I literally feel so disconnected from the game, even though I play it every day, which is weird. Yeah, so part of the problem with that, and I don't know for sure if I know what I'm talking about, but I'm just going to try to answer what you're saying there, Oxline, is that it may help calibrate for the casual player to learn how to like actually do it, which is a good thing, right? But for somebody that wants to delve deeper, none of that stuff is really even going to apply. Because it's a different way to calibrate it than just casual. Like, you have to look for a different kind of movement if you want to play competitively. It's nothing close to casual. See, that was all gyro right there. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just did that, bro. Oh! That's the other... I keep getting worked on those lower level, upper level peaks. Plus, I couldn't build right there because there was the zip line. I should have got out of there. I stayed there too long. I'm so close, man. I think you guys can tell. I'm so close to just figuring this out. And it's fitting, too, that it's coming up on the 1-year anniversary of me streaming. Because I'm going to put together a, like, this is what happened my first year of streaming type of video. Because I literally have footage from almost every day this year. I got stuck right there, bro. Oh! Oh my gosh! That was such a good headshot, bro. Okay. All I need to do is just string all of the good plays together. That's it. And just make them go back to back to back instead of being spread out. But that was all my hands right there to line it up on that headshot. Just off the top of my head, the difference between the way that I used to play this and now is that everything used to be much looser. So this is the loosest tight configuration that I've ever played on. And I don't know if that makes sense, but from when I started playing Gyro, I used to use 1.5 as a max acceleration multiplier. I never went above 1.5. It wasn't until I started streaming and I met y'all that I started going above 1.5. It wasn't until I met y'all that I started doing a bunch of different things that I never thought of. You know, because up until that point, I thought that 1.5 was the only max threshold or max multiplier that I could apply that would work. But then after meeting Kobe as me and, you know, a bunch of you that shared your settings with me, I was like, oh, let me try it this way. And so kind of honestly, everything you're seeing right here is it's like a mix between every one of y'all's settings. Honestly. Every one of you has had an influence on how I set this up. Because I've incorporated so many different things after talking with you guys. Oh, okay, come on, man. Yeah, no, that would be also a good thing to include in the video is to take all of those iterations and just show the evolution of how it got to where it's at now. You know, so that's a good idea. You know, because before I ever even started playing Gyro and I was just on sticks trying to figure Boost out, I used to play with 100% aim assist, 43-50 was my base sense. So 43 horizontal, 50 vertical. And then I would go 66-77 on the boost. So 66 horizontal and 77 boost with a 0.18 ramp time on the sticks. Because back then I was trying to make the sticks move as fast as this does now. Because that's what boost was supposed to be for, was supposed to give controller players the ability to move faster like keyboard and mouse. And so I was trying to achieve similar style movement back then. And then I realized you don't actually have to go that fast to make all the plays you need to make. But it took me a long time to understand that. You know, I used to think that faster means faster. But really, faster means slower because you can be more accurate. And you just have to use the fast part at the right time. It doesn't need to be fast all the time. It's like having a Lamborghini and trying to drive it at 100 miles an hour on a residential street. You don't have to drive it that fast in a neighborhood, you know, but when you get on the freeway, you have to, right? So it's just kind of learning and understanding where those different spots are and what you actually need to do it with, or what speed you actually need to do it with. Yeah, that's the trick. It's really the hardest part, is learning how to go slow and how to go fast and when. That's the hardest part about all of this. That's the power of Gyro right there, homie. That was so clean. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it too. It's a sweet spot that you're chasing. That's what makes it so difficult, is you find a sweet spot that works really well for most situations, but not all. And then you're stuck trying to make it work, or just accept that it doesn't work in certain situations, right? So it's such a weird feeling to be that close and not know where it needs to be adjusted at. It's a frustrating feeling because you're like literally telling yourself it's so close, it's right there, but you can't find it. It's right in front of your face, and you have no idea what number it needs to be. Okay. All right. Let's go find some people now. Oh, sorry, homie. You don't understand. Oh, dang it. I guess he did understand. I should have had that. See, that's another thing I need to do, is recognize a fraction of a second sooner when I need to get out of that situation. I should have just sprayed and then built immediately. But instead I tried to finish it. Come on, man. Okay. I think I know what I need to do now. Okay. What I'm missing is the predictive fire. Okay, next match. Hey, Rayline Tales. What's up, man? Good to see you, homie. Or is it Raylene? I just realized it could be Raylene. So this next match, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a lot of predictive firing and just keep pressure. I think that's what I'm missing right now. I'm making some good plays mixed with bad ones, but if I just keep predictive firing and applying pressure, I think this next match is going to go much differently. Because it's like I'm waiting too long to get my shot lined up, and I just need to predict where they're going to be and shoot. Yeah, so the key to going less than 1 on the acceleration, which is a concept that I'm calling deceleration, right? And then Silky GXG has reverse acceleration, where you bump the base sensitivity up high, but then you have the reverse acceleration down to like 0.16, right? You have it, or like 0.1. So it's like you have all of the acceleration in your base sensitivity, but then when you move it slow, it moves at the right accuracy that you need. There's so many different ways to do it when you go less than 1. But the way that I'm doing it right now for myself seems to work the best, where I've got a 1.1 base sensitivity, and then my acceleration multiplier is at 2.3. But because my max threshold is so low at 90, it makes it feel like it's very zippy, even though I'm at a max of 2.3 on the acceleration. So I used to try and achieve this kind of movement by going to a 4 or 5 or even 6 base sensitivity. But this feels very similar to 4, 5, and 6, even though I'm at 1.1 and 2.3. And it's all because the max acceleration is so low. Because the lower you have your max threshold, or, your max acceleration threshold, the lower that is, the zippier it feels. If you want it to feel slower in the beginning, you got to bump that acceleration max threshold up. And I would say no more than 380 is a good place to start if you're going to try and experiment with having slower movement in the beginning and then it getting zippy at the end. So it's like you're reversing it when you go with a lower max threshold. You have slower move or faster movement in the beginning more than you do at a 380 threshold. See, right there, I won that fight, but I took way too much damage. I could have done that so much better than that. I just happened to luck out that my shotgun fired faster than his did, otherwise I would have been dead, right? Those are the kind of plays that I got to stop making. See? Too fast. If I would have just took my time, it would have been different. would have built something, it would have been different. I have to stop all of these almost. I almost did that fight. See, I gotta do more of those kind of fights. That was perfectly played right there. Oh, see, even my long range is on point. See, that's what I love about where I'm at right now, is that I'm not really sacrificing anything with the way I have it set up. I can get really good close range and really good long range. That's why I'm so excited about where I have things right now, is because it feels like I've cracked the code on having something that's a jack of all trades type settings where it's good in every situation. It's not perfect, but it's good. Yeah, it's just the reason why it seems like it's fun to watch and good is because I've just literally died so many times trying to do certain moves. Here. So let's use this edit sign as an example. Let's pretend that this is the target's head, right? When you understand that after you flick it, you're not necessarily trying to land right on the head. You're trying to land next to the head, and then you make one last movement that you know you're going to hit 100%. See, and I forgot all about the predictive fire I said I was going to do. I wasn't even thinking about it. Okay, so back to the example that I was talking about. When you get the concept, so this is the head right here, right? Oh, never mind, somebody else is trying to kill me. Oh my gosh, I almost did that, bro. My movement is just so clean right now. So I'll show you when we get into this next match. But basically what you're trying to do is you're not trying to go right on the head. Even in long range, you're not trying to go straight to their body. What you're trying to do is get to the spot that's right next to their body so that you can make the motion that works almost 100% of the time to get it to go the rest of the way. So it's like you're combining two different motions together. It looks like it's one motion, but if you think about it in two different parts, it'll help your aim. So what I try to do when I'm making those flicks is I try to get to the spot that's right next to their head. And then I bump it because I know that when I bump it a certain way, it always goes to the same place, or it has more consistency going to the same place. Because if you go straight for the head, you have more chance of missing because you're trying to go to that little tiny spot. But like when you go next to the head and then you have that slight hesitation and then you bump it with your hand, you'll hit way more of your headshots and you'll hit way more of your long range shots that way because you're lining it up and consistently bumping it with a motion that you know works. So I don't know if that makes sense, and I'll try to demonstrate it in this next match, but it's really two different motions. If you think of your aim as two parts, the swing and then the bump. So you have your swing that gets close to the body as quickly as possible, and then you bump it, which is just a controlled slow motion into the body or into the head. It's 2 parts. It feels like 1 part and it looks like 1 part, but it's 2. So like when I do this, it looks like it's 1 part, right? But I'm trying to go here so that I can go here. See? So like once I get right here, I can consistently bump it to the right spot. That's how I pull off a lot of those plays, is because I'm not aiming straight for their head. I'm aiming right next to it, and then I bump it the rest of the way. Yeah. I still get twisted up. It may not look like it, but inside, that's how I feel. So, I know what you're talking about, though. Come on, man. I don't know what the numbers mean. 67, 6, 89, 7. I'm not sure what that is. So it's like strafe aiming, because that's part of it, right? Strafe aiming is like when you go right here and then you just walk into it. That's part of it, right? That's one way you can bump it, but you can also bump it with the gyro too. See? That looked like 1 motion right there, but it was 2. The way that I was able to quickly line it up on his head right there, it was me thinking, okay, I just have to bump it just a little bit after I get close to his body, and it'll go. Yeah, I don't know what that means. I'm behind the times, homie. Oh, come on, bro. I wanted to hit at least one of those. Okay, predictive fire. I gotta remind myself to predictive fire. I'm still not doing it. I need to be just spamming the heck out of every time that I shoot. to put pressure on. Come on. Yeah, I feel like I'm close, man. Oh! You see what I'm talking about, bro? Just my movement is so fluid, man. Give me a few days on these settings, and it's going to be lights out. But I feel like I finally arrived at where I've wanted to be this whole time. I've said this before so many times. But the reason I feel like this is different is because everything is just... It's not doing anything weird. You know, so I just have to cross my fingers and hope that it stays this way. I don't see anything in here that I really want. Okay. All right, let me see what you're saying here. I still so shocked how your settings feel. They obviously work and better than I've managed yet, while hoping they could serve as a starting point. I found there's a kind of unique approach. So I'm not sure what you mean. I think what you're trying to say is that you're trying to use my settings as a launching pad because they don't feel quite right to you. And that's a good thing, because if you can kind of take what you don't like about what I'm doing and then make it fit for what you want, then hopefully I've sped the process up so that you don't have to spend 3 years doing it. Because that's basically all I've been doing the last 3 years, is just trying to find this. I've gotten close so many times, but this is what I've been chasing this whole time. So to answer your question, Enzu, yeah, I feel like I'm pretty close to making this all come together. I'm pretty close. Yes, that's another thing that's hard to determine too, is that, is it because you're not used to it, or is it because it's bad for you? You know, because what I'm doing here right now is because I made myself uncomfortable trying to use TZD calf settings. And then because I understood how he was moving it like this, I've incorporated some of that into my own movement to get the right motions. So sometimes you have to do things that are outside of your comfort zone to get a better understanding. So even if you try something that I'm doing and it doesn't work for you, you will understand better how to set it up so you can make it work for yourself. That's the goal of what I'm trying to accomplish here, is giving people the ability to set their controller up the way that they want to do it. You know, because nobody's going to keep playing things the way that I do it. But they can learn from this and find something better for themselves. Oh, come on. Dang it! I just got confused right there, bro. If I would have shockwaved out of there, I had perfect loot. I thought that was my wall. That's what confused me. Don't do it. Don't do it. Thank you. I can still win this match. Let's get my first win on these settings. Bro, that guy just freaking worked me. Same guy. Well, thanks for saying that. That means a lot. You know, because a lot of times I think I'm just yakking my head off and not making any sense. So it's good to see that I'm at least making sense to somebody. So I used to use a lot of roll, but with player you don't get a lot of roll. You get the roll from local space, but I couldn't make local stable no matter how hard I tried. So once I moved to player space, everything has been more stable with no weird accidental movements. Because what happens with local and with world is you'll go like this, and then it'll accidentally go over here sometimes. And you have to use the stick to kind of push it back the right direction. With player, it's more consistently like going to the same spot every time. So that's the reason why I chose player. Because initially I did not like player at all. And I never used it for 3 years. I just stayed on local for 3 years. Trying to fix it. But I couldn't. Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead. Come on, man. But yeah, I'm almost certain that this is the way that I want it. I can't think of anything else that I would want it to do, because it's allowing me to do really good close range, it's allowing me to do really good mid range, and it's allowing me to do really good long range. I just gotta quit putting myself in stupid positions, and everything will be perfect. You know, because this is the first time that I've actually played on 1-to-1 for this long. I've always had it at like 84 or 94-to-1. And then recently I was at 1-to-77, the opposite direction. But now that I have it at 1-to-1, it's allowing me the nimbleness to like do crazy stuff. In close range especially, because like when I'm in close range and I'm in a weird angle, it's giving me the ability to just go straight to their face like that. See? Yeah. So the reason I'm at 1:1 is because that's where TZD CAF is at, right? Because my settings are a variation of the Japanese pros. It's basically his settings exactly, except for I am double the base sensitivity from 0.54 to 1.1. And I am way high on the tightness at 48.5 because his is at 5, but everything else is basically the same. See, right there, if I would have just stopped for a second and built something, I could have finished that. Instead of being 1 HP and then him being 1 HP, but then he just gets the last shot. I gotta stop doing that. Yeah, the reason why it feels fine and I'm able to hit the right angles is because I have the right speed. So, I don't know quite how to make this understandable. Oh! I don't know how to make it sound right, so I'm going to try my best. But your speed also determines what kind of angle you're going to hit. So you can be at 1:1, but if you're at the wrong speed, it won't let you hit the right angle because you can't get to the right spot fast enough. Oh, so that time I just whiffed my shotgun shot. Come on, man. So I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense there, but you can be at a certain ratio, vertical to horizontal, and it worked perfectly because your speed is slow. But then when you bump your speed up, it's a terrible horizontal ratio or vertical ratio because your speed is too fast. So it's all relative to like how fast you're going is what ratio you should use. So 1:1 seems to work better with slower base sensitivities for me. Oh, why am I trying to drink this big pot? I'm already 100%. Okay. Yeah. And that's the hard part too, right? Trying to understand how to get those angles. Because you're money in one spot, but then you're just terrible in another. And you have to have the right speed in order to hit the right angle, depending on your vertical to horizontal ratio. You know, and to somebody that has never played gyro, everything I'm saying is like, because you don't have a frame of reference on it until you actually start doing it. And that's kind of the hardest part about gyro is to take all of what I've said and then make it ABC 1, 2, 3. This is what you do. Because it's like you have to understand certain concepts first, and then you can apply it. You know, so that's going to be my hardest task once I make the master video for all of this, is to turn it all into something that's simple format. And I'm probably going to do like maybe 10-minute chunks because it's too much to have like all of it in one sitting. So I can make one long video and then have like a bunch of 10-minute chunks cut out of it to make it digestible. Because the master video, like in total length, is probably going to be like 3 hours long. Like if you watched it all back to back to back. That's how much subject matter there is to understand with this. So if I turn it into like 30 10-minute chunks, or however long it is to do 3 hours, what is that? 18 10-minute chunks. Like it'll be an 18-part series, basically. It'll be more digestible. And then whoever is struggling with one particular area, they can just go straight to that video instead of having to watch all 3 hours, right? That's what I'm talking about. Finally. Oh, I'm out of mats. Come on, dude. I gotta pay attention to my mats, bro. Well, that's a very, very high compliment. And if they offered it to me, I would take it for sure. That would be amazing. You know? If that happened. Oh my gosh, did you see how I hit that 120? Bro, if I can just get the hang of how to just not put myself in a stupid spot. I've already got the movement that I want. I just gotta quit making stupid plays. That was incredible, bro. How I was able to just land right on his head without even trying. Okay. Okay. I gotta start doing the predictive fire. I keep forgetting to do it. I tried to do it there, I just didn't time it right. Okay, here we go. Smart plays, smart plays, smart plays. Predictive fire, pressure. That's all I needed to do. I don't have to move fast. I just move when I need to. That's it. No other guns in here, man. What's up with that? Okay, smart plays. Oh, I just flicked it too hard. That would have been so great if I could have hit that. Oh, I'm out of mats. Finally got a shotgun. Smart plays. Go slow. Bro, every time I try to go too slow, it just I get worked. I gotta find the right balance. Okay, that was pretty good. Why isn't it grabbing? I can't believe I'm still alive right now, bro. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. So close. Oh. All he had to do was just wait for me to break that wall. Yeah, well, if everything is perfect, taking your statement there, if everything is perfect, my goal next season would be to do well in competitions, right? So, like, if I can be at least placing somewhere, not to win or not to even be in the top 20, but just placing in the top 200, you know, something like that. That would be pretty good. But we'll see. It's been so long since I played a competition. Last time I did one was in March, I think. But that would be the focus, is for me to win, try to win, or place, I mean. And get consistent high kill footage in ranked lobbies. I just come in and just wipe the floor with everybody. Oh, see, I had that guy right there. I was moving so fast that I just chose to just start spraying. If I would have just stopped and waited, I could have had him. You know, that kind of stuff is what's making me think that this is finally right, that I could move it like that quickly through all of those builds and edits to where he didn't even know what was going on until I just started spraying. I had him pieced, and then I just started walking and spraying. Hey, what's going on, SG King Peace? Good to have you in chat. This is the first time I've seen you here. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. That would mean a lot. Your support would be greatly appreciated here. Oh! You guys always do this to me. You change your name and I think I got somebody new in chat. That's so funny. What is the motivation for all these people changing their names so many times? I'm just curious, because it happens a lot. I think it's funny. Yeah, that would be a good series, bro. I'd be really interested to see that. Oh my! Come on, man. Who's a REIT fan? Me? I am a REIT fan. I think REIT's awesome. See, if I can incorporate some of his stuff into what I'm doing, I probably would be a million times better. If I can just start focusing on piece control. Because I piece people a lot, but then I don't do anything right with it. I like let them get out of it, or I don't hit my edits right. So I just need to slow down a little bit. I think I just locked into playing so fast because it's fun. I have to just slow down a little bit. You hear me say that a lot because I'm trying to make my mind think of it. Oh, okay, I see. SG King Piece, got it. Yeah, well, it's good to have you back, King Peace, a.k.a. Jacob Fernandez. Okay. Now we got some good loot. Oh my gosh! That was incredible, bro. Oh my gosh! That was crazy, man. Wow. That was incredible stuff right there. See if I could just do that all the time. I need white heals. I could still win this match. I just have to play it right. Oh! Thanks, Molly. You caught me while I was scratching my eye. That's okay. Next match, I'll try to repeat what I just did. Those were some really great plays. See, part of my problem is that I have so much fun moving fast that I just get locked into moving fast. So I have to try and like discipline myself and make plays like I just did all the time. But it's so addicting, like when you're just edit, 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 shoot. And then you hit them in the face, and then you try to do it over and over and over again, but you can't do that every time, you know? It has to be like spaced out properly. It's like when you speak to someone, if you literally did not pause and you just, all your words just came out, it's the same thing. I have to start putting pauses in my sentences so that it has more impact. Pauses in my movement so that it gives me more time to see the play. All right, let's calibrate this. All right, let's see if it... This is going to be a test to see if it's going to do anything different after I calibrate this. Because I can confirm that the calibration actually does its thing, because I've tried it on a controller that had really bad drift, and it actually works. And what's crazy is that I didn't even know that Gyro had drift in it until I started streaming. Never even thought of it. There I am again, 50-50ing instead of... Come on, dude. Yeah, it it does improve my mechanics, but to move that fast the whole entire match, it's just not feasible. I have to space it out and only use it when it's the appropriate timing for it. See, right there, I rushed it. I'm trying to go too fast. Okay. Let's see what happens if I just barely move. Because so much of this game is about timing, too. You have to have the proper timing. Otherwise, it just doesn't work right. Okay, I got lucky right there. That was really stupid. If I can just get the timing down, it's so close to just being so amazing, man. I almost wasted that guy. But I'm becoming more and more confident that I've got everything set up perfectly for myself. Because even after calibrating it, it still feels the same. So that's a good sign. All right, here we go. The magic of gyro. Aiming with your hands. That's what this is about. Did you see all those 25s, man? That was crazy. Off of a flip, I hit that. Okay. Let's get this motion down. Yeah. No, I agree with you. It's basically a matter of knowing when to turn it on and when to chill. Because when I get locked into just staying on all the time, that's when I start making some really bad mistakes. Like, I'll go back to back to back 5 times in a row with some great plays that are super fast in my movement, and then I just start making mistakes because I'm going too fast and not taking a pause or taking a break in between. So this match, the name of this match is Wait Until the Play Presents Itself. I'm not gonna care if I get like 15 kills. I just need to wait for the play to present itself. See, it's giving me a gold pump because it wants me to win this match. This is the one to do it on right here. See you later, homie. That's the power of gyro right there. Perfectly played. No! Bro! I was playing that so perfect, man, and then he just rushed in there. Come on, man. And then it all goes to crap. This game is so brutal, dude. It literally doesn't care. It doesn't care. That guy just phased into my box. Okay. We're gonna nail this. We're gonna nail it. All right, here we go. Okay, let's do more of this kind of movement. Just slow, controlled. Okay. Yeah. This is what I need to be doing the majority of the time, and then go fast when it's time. Here we go. Oh, somebody came from behind, man. I've got to be more aware of that. I was trying to play that so smart, and I just got worked from behind. It's just somewhere in between. I have to like play like a madman and stop at the right times. It's so hard to figure that out for me for some reason. Because it's like I'm always just either crazy or too passive. I mean, it's more natural for me to play crazy, I guess, because that's what I do most of the time, but I know it's not sustainable because I end up moving so fast that I can't keep track of what I'm doing. That's why I know I have to figure out this balance of playing crazy and playing passive. It's got to be the right mix. Well, what's more fun for me is when I play crazy, but again, I know that I can't sustain it, especially if I was going to be in a tournament. I can't sustain that type of movement for 3 hours. I have to have pauses in between for me to be able to do it and make the right decisions. Like I can move that. See, I can do stuff like this. I can do that, but I can't do it for 3 hours straight. I have to just like balance it somehow. I mean, that play was just absolutely nuts, what I just did. But to be able to move that fast and make the right decisions is just, it's impossible for me. So I have to find some kind of, I don't know what the right word is, but it's like some kind of horse rein where I can yank it and say, hey, hang on. It's time to just chill for a minute. And then I kick the horse and put it into high gear, right? It's like I'm trying to run the horse at full speed all the time, and even a horse can't sustain that, right? A horse has to slow down every once in a while. So that's kind of the catch-22 about all this, is I got to figure out how to balance that. Oh! Wow, dude. His head just freaking exploded everywhere. You see? I can do stuff like that only for so long, and then it just becomes a bad decision. You know, and what's weird is that when I die twice, I make better plays that are crazy. I don't understand why that is, for whatever reason. Like, I try to play crazy in the beginning. Those were some crazy SMG kills there. I literally just gyroed them in the face. You know, once this takes off, people are going to start saying, That guy must be a gyro player. Because the movement is so unique. It's unique to mouse and keyboard, or more unique than mouse and keyboard, and more unique than aim assist. It's different. Like, those guys probably think I'm an aim assist player. When I SMG'd them like that. Oh, this guy is rocking. Hi, Zelda. You have a long comment in the past or a long comment coming? I'm not sure what you mean right there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's because people don't understand. And the reason they don't understand is because no one has demonstrated it. Because I promise, once they see how valuable this is, they will stop using aim assist. Because it's clearly better when it works right. Clearly. Oh my gosh! Do you see what I'm talking about? That was pure gyro in action right there. Wow. Oh, if I would have just got out of there with my shockwave. I kept telling myself shockwave, shockwave, but I didn't do it. Yeah, the world was Yeah, cancer gets cured and war gets solved. There's no more world hunger. I feel you, homie. Man, those plays were incredible. If I would have just listened to myself and shockwaved out of there, it would have been so different. I literally am the master of getting people to low HP. I'm so good at it. If there's one thing that I've mastered, I have mastered the ability to get people to 1 HP before they kill me. Like, I'm so good at that. Like, if you want to figure out how to get people to 1 HP and then you die after you do it, watch my stuff. I'll show you how to do it. I'm so good at it. Yes. Yeah, I found that out yesterday when I was trying to help Oxline set his camera reset binds. It gives you the ability to, if you push to the left, it'll just take you over to the left. Or if you go to the right, it'll take you to the right. It's very similar to flick stick, but the difference is that it's harder to control. Because the timing of it doesn't really work the way that I would like it to. So if somebody finds a way to make it work good, I'm all ears, man. Oh, come on. Yeah, I didn't like it like that, but I'm sure somebody can find a way to use it. Because the key to making the reset camera function work like that, or in any capacity, if you're just using it to go up to center, right? Or if you're using it for both left, right, or backwards movement and center, is getting the timing right on the hold time. You know, because I cranked it to 500 and I didn't even realize that there was a hold time on that until yesterday. But that was interesting to be able to, and then I used it at 250 and I think I liked it better at 250, but it's still, I couldn't get the timing right and I couldn't see a practical use for me on it, on using it. Yeah, if you can find a way to use it that is consistent, I'd be interested to see that. Because I've been able to make it work pretty good in certain situations, but I think the key, if I was going to use it, is I would have to just use it all the time to get all the timing right. Because just barely using it, I can get some of the timing right, but I can't make it happen all the time. I think the hold time is the key to making it work, meaning if you can get it to go the right speed, of flipping to the center or doing the left to right thing, depending on which direction you're pushing your left stick. That's the key to making it work right. Now, I think what would make it better is if you could cancel out of the movement. See, I think that's the problem with it for me, is that once it gets locked into making that motion, you can use the left stick, or the right stick, I mean, to go against it, but it doesn't stop it from happening. So like once it starts going like this, after you've pushed that button, you can fight against it with the stick, but it's still going to want to keep going in the same direction until that timing is gone. But I think it would work really good if you could cancel it if you want to. The ability to cancel out of that motion is probably what's missing for me. Yeah, no, for me, the movement of it going up this fast, like when you push it and you have no hold time on it, it just instantly goes like this, right? And I would rather just do that with the gyro than push that button, because I can't get the timing right otherwise. And when I say timing, I mean I can hit good shots with it, but I'm not consistent with it. Partially because I hardly use it that way, right? So I'm not really used to it. But in reality, I think that the hold time is a big factor in making it work right. So whatever hold time works for you may not work for somebody else, right? So it's kind of like you have to balance it. See, that is a perfect example of the stupid things that I do. If I would have built something after the first shotgun shot, I win that fight. But instead, I stay in the same place, and then I hit him twice, and then he kills me. I'm the master of getting people to 1 HP. I literally have got that down to a science. I knew somebody was here. Oh, gosh. I thought he was gone. Okay. I gotta go one more match and then I gotta go to bed. I think I'm just getting tired now. Alright, let's really lock in here. Alright, here we go. Last match. The magic of gyro. Aiming with your hands. All demonstrated in this one match. We're going to land hectic hedges. Take our time. Make our peaks. And only move fast when I need to. Oh my gosh, what a clutch. What a clutch. That's the power of gyro. Right there. Where's this guy at? Is he underneath? I'm so confused right now. Okay, he has to be underneath. Okay, how did he get underneath? Where's that entrance at? Oh, okay, he used the porta potty. my gosh! That's what I'm talking about, baby. Look at that. That was just not even trying. I just lined it up. And then I do a stupid play like that. Man, I'm so mad at myself. Why did I do that? Oh, I hit that! Kill him. Hey, SMA4. Good to see you in chat. First time having you here. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. If you want to send me a friend request, I'll add you for sure. Yeah, if you send me a friend request, I'll do it. The classic rocker. RKR. Classic RKR. THE Classic RKR. Same as the channel name. Alright, let's try to win this match. Let's just... pick this leftover loot up. No, I'm gonna keep this shotgun. Common lemon, 5319. Yeah, sorry, I'm not going to play with you right now, but we can play together maybe one day next week. Oh my gosh. Oh, you dummy, I just did that backwards. What? Bro, I just completely screwed myself trying to kill this guy. Should have just left it alone, man. Now I got nothing. Yeah, I'm not sure which day, but it'll be one day next week. So just stay tuned and we'll figure it out. Oh, that's clutch. Here we go. I might still be able to win this match. I'm sorry, homie. It's gonna be next week. The more you invite, it's not gonna make me just go, oh, okay, let's do it. Okay. Perfect bounce, bro. Look at that. Oh, it's a 1v1. Okay. Let's go. What a way to end a stream. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right. So I think we might be having some perfect settings now. Let's find out tomorrow. But this is good. This is a good sign. All right. Well, I got to go to bed. I'm tired. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.